video, we're going to pick up from our last video. We will be solving the BECE 2010 past questions. Question 21. We are to factorize xy plus 5x plus 2y plus 10. I have here xy plus 5x, and I have on the other hand 2y plus 10. Now xy and 5x share already the similarity or the common factor of x. For 2y plus 10, 2 is what is common to 2y and 10, so I'm going to put 2 out and into bracket y plus 5. And that is our answer, guys. X plus 2 in one bracket, y plus 5 in the other bracket. That is 21D. For question 22, we have x containing the values 2, 3, 4, and 5 in its bracket set. We have to find the truth set of 2x plus 1 is less than 8. Now, here's the thing. When they ask you to find the truth set, in this situation, we are saying what values of x. When you are asked to find the truth set, we are saying what values of x would make this expression true. That is to say that what values of x, when we input it into the expression 2x plus 1 is less than 8, would actually give you values that are less than 8. So that means that if 2x plus 1 is equals to 7, 7 is less than 8. So whatever value x is that gave us 7, that value will be included in the truth set because the answer we get holds true for the expression. That's just an example. So let's actually find out what these values of x are that would go into our truth set. We have 2 times 2 plus 1. We're going to obviously start from 2. So 2 times 2 plus 1, we have 5. 2 is actually in the truth set because 5 is less than 8. And, well, x equals to 2, when put in the expression, gives us 5. Then we have 3, so 2, 3, 6 plus 1 is 7. 7 is less than 8. But then beyond 7, all other values will be either equal to 8 or greater than 8. That means that we don't actually even need to try 4 because obviously the answer 4 would give us would be more than 8 and it would not hold true for this expression. Hence, it will not find itself in our truth set. So the answer for our truth set will be 2 and 3, which is B. Question 23. We had to solve the inequality 7x minus into bracket 10x plus 3 is greater than or equal to negative 9. Once you divide an inequality, take note, the direction of the inequality sign would immediately change. Our answer is D. We have to find the rule of the mapping. We have here the map out, and we have to find the rule of the mapping. Our basic key to solving this question is y equals to mx plus c. We have to solve this to get the rule of the mapping. First is our gradient m. First, we're going to solve for m. To find m, we're going to have to find y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we would pick any of the values. In this example, we're going to pick the map out 4 is to 19 and 5 is to 23 to find our answer. We would have 23 minus 19, 23 being our y2 and 19 being our y1. And obviously, if 23 is y2, x2 will correspond to y2. So our x2 will be 5 and our x1 will be 4, giving us 23 minus 19 divided by 5 minus 4. Our m is equal to 4. Okay, now that we have that, we would solve for c. To get c, we take another set of a map out. So we're going to take 2 is to 11 and find c. So y is now 11 and 2 will be x. M is 4. We input that as 11 is equals to 8 plus c, making c equal to 11 minus 8, which is 3. Our rule of mapping is y equals to 4x plus 3, 24c. 25. Find the circumference of a circle whose area is equal to 64 pi centimeters square. To answer this, the area of a circle is a equals to pi r squared, and the circumference of a circle is equal to 2 pi r. Since our question is more focused on finding the circumference, we need to find both equations, but we need to use the area of the circle to find r and input it into our circumference formula to find the circumference. We have 64 pi being our area equal to pi r squared. The pi's will cancel each other. Then we have 64 equals to r squared, making r equals to 8. Now that we know our radius is 8, we would apply this to our circumference formula, which would be 2 pi times 8 equals to 16 pi centimeters. To our next question, 26. Which of the following geometric figures is the plane shape of a cube? And our answer is a square. 27. How many lines of symmetry has a rectangle? A line of symmetry is a line that divides a shape into exactly 2 halves. 2 equal halves for that matter. When we take a rectangle, when we divide it vertically and horizontally, we're going to get equal halves for each of the instances. Hence, for the lines of symmetry of a rectangle, we only have 2, making our answer C. 28. A rectangle box has length 20 centimeters, width 6 centimeters, and height 4 centimeters. We have to find how many cubes of side 2 centimeters will fit into this box. Now, there's actually different ways you can solve this question. It's actually a formula method or so, but I just decided to apply common sense in solving this because it still worked out. But you can always apply the formula method to it and still get your answer. Here's the shape of our rectangle drawn. And then we have for the length 20 centimeters, for the width 6 centimeters, and for the height 4 centimeters. Now, we're saying that each cube is 2 centimeters, and since it's a cube, every side of the cube is 2 centimeters, whether the length, the width, or the height. So if you're looking at even the bottom, just lining the squares, for each 2 centimeter square, it can be lined 10 times on the 20 centimeter length bar of the rectangle. So we can line 10 squares at the bottom of the rectangle. But if we want to fill the bottom of the rectangle, we have 3 rows of the 10 cubes being able to fill the bottom of the rectangle. Why is this so? Because the width is 6 centimeters. That means that for the width, you can line 3 cubes at your 6 centimeter side, which is 2 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 2 centimeter to get 6 centimeters. Mind you, I said this is just me applying common sense. You can use a formula method. You don't have to use this method. But that immediately becomes 3 times 10. That means at the bottom, you're lining 30 cubes, and it will fill up the rectangle from the bottom. How many layers of these 30 cubes can we have? Now, the height is 4 centimeters. That means that in terms of the height, you're only going to be able to line squares twice. So that would be 2 centimeter, 2 centimeter, and that's 2 layers. So that means that we can have 2 layers of 30 cubes and then fill up the rectangle, and 30 times 2 is 60. So in all, you can have 60 cubes and it will completely fill up the rectangle with the measurements that have been given to us. Our answer is 28B. Finally, for 29, the interior angle of a regular polygon is 120 degrees. How many sides has this polygon? So this is the formula for the interior angle of a polygon. It's equal to sum of interior angles divided by the number of sides. We place in the necessary values for the formula for the sum of interior angles is 180 into bracket n minus 2, where n represents the number of sides. We would then have 120 is equal to 180 into bracket n minus 2 divided by n. We get rid of the n and we solve as such. Our final answer, I moved the 120n to the other side and 360 to the other side. Obviously, as you see, once negative crosses over the equal sign, positive applies also to positive, it becomes negative once it crosses over the equal sign. Hence, we have 360 is equal to 180n minus 120n. That will give us 60, and is equal to 360. N will give us 6 sides. For 30, in this diagram, we are to find the value of x. Now, to find the answer for the value of x, they've given us a very important element to take note of, which is the length of PS is equals to the length of SQ, and this is a quality of an isosceles triangle. So we're going to apply it as such, wherein they have 2 equal sides and 2 equal angles. The angle I'm going to label as A would also be the same for angle SPQ. So you realize I have 2 A's because the 2 sides will have 2 equal angles. This information is extremely helpful. Now we can solve for A and find x. We have A plus 112 is equals to 180 degrees because all angles on a line sum up to 180. Our answer for A will be 68 degrees. Now we would solve for x by adding 68 twice plus x is equals to 180 because all the angles of a triangle also sum up to 180. And for our final answer for x, we have 44 degrees, which is D. This video, so check out the next video for the continuation.